Hello there, everybody, and welcome to Elite Encounters. It's Sunday. We've actually got everyone together in one place, and it's time to play the game again. So, if anybody of you don't know, this is The Ascended. It's a Chaos Dispenser, alias Mike Smith's cool adventure for my Elite Encounters RPG. We're on part 6, I believe, session 6. If I've got my numbering right, I'm not entirely sure. I don't think I've put last time's session up on YouTube yet, so I'm going to try and do them both at the same time. I'll try and do them both today. But I'm going to leave things on mute for the time being while we do a bit of pre-stream stuff. So, bing, there we go. So we should be on as soon as possible. I won't be having any music on while we're waiting, because obviously we are kind of talking in the background while we get everything set up. But as soon as Chaos starts talking, I'll pop back on. So we'll speak to you shortly, people. My immersion! Sorry. Kate would probably want to play as well, to be honest. I've had Kate playing before. She's great. She's actually a really, really good role player. Oh, thanks for the host from the 70s. Lucky bastard. Buttons, are you logged into roll 20? It sounds medical. Well, technically that's Billy Bob's. And I'm not trying to take it off him, to be honest. Well, I've been learning how to fly. I can always take the Python with us. Ooh. Drink it, don't. Drink it, don't breathe it. Strip club! Do we have our communications headset things linked together as a group? Well, I'm trying to establish if we've got it amongst our team first, and we can see if they're willing to be on the same link as well. Then we can all talk to each other. I didn't think we had. Did we? Ah, alright. Well, if we already have, then ignore the question. Well, I definitely have, so. Come on.
Turns towards the horizon and boosts, and you see it shoot off, and then maybe 30 seconds later, you see the bright flash of the frame shift drive, and the ship elongates out towards the horizon and then gone. As soon as the boost you feel comes at you, you feel this. You see on the ground, spreading out from where the boost occurred. Sorry. You see spreading out from where the boost occurred, you see this wave coming of dirt. Can I get you guys to maybe sort of possibly make me an agility check?
Oh, damn it.
Is that all of us?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'll just point out I've not really been paying attention because I just discovered there's no sound on my stream.
Oh.
I've just literally just fixed it.
What's the difficulty setting?
Just 3.
A 3?
Or 4. Standard
Oh.
difficulty.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
I was
then.
gonna say then I have 2 successes, but no.
4. Standard difficulty.
Should we take the one I just got, or...?
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh wait, no, because it only ran... Oh yeah, of course. No. Is that right? Yeah, that works.
Okay. All right. As this comes up, you get slightly kind of blown back a little bit, but you saw it coming. So, really, Lady Cromwell and Malcolm, you and Com, you're a little taken with, you get some sand kind of in your eyes a little bit in the mouth. You're like, really? But nobody gets knocked over.
Brilliant. A lovely goodbye.
So, there you are, alone on the surface. What next?
Lady Margaret turns on her heel and heads straight back into the INRA base.
Okay.
She is going in to find documents. More documents than she already has.
Sorry, where am I?
But she didn't burn them.
You're out in the courtyard in the middle of all these buildings.
Alright, so I'm with Buttons basically. Sorry, with Margaret.
Yes.
Alright, I'll go with her back into the building then as well. Give her a hand.
Yeah.
We're gonna learn some shit, boys. Out of character.
Oh yeah. In character.
I mean, in character, that would kind of fit her, actually.
I mean, she's not that crude.
You have almost been blown up 3 times now.
She wouldn't say that.
Yes.
Plus, she's being legitimately kind of like, she's very serious about this because this is a fucking massive discovery.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm following back in as well. I remember there being a door in there before I got shot.
And
There might not be anymore.
so you're back in the base, and you went back into the general reception, and in the reception area, you're in a wide kind of horseshoe lobby, and in the middle there is a reception desk, and then off to the left there's a staircase that kind of winds around to an atrium type walkway that goes across, that leads into the area that Cromwell set up a backdraft.
Having been here before, she perks up. There is a terminal behind the reception desk. I've taken all the documents, but if anybody could hack into that, I would very much appreciate it. I, however, am going to places I did not have a chance to look at, so have fun. And she continues up through the door.
You're gonna go into the fire area.
It's not on fire anymore, is it?
Yeah, you don't think a backdraft just goes out, do you?
Well, did you say there were two?
There's a door down below on the main level that heads
Yeah.
off to the right.
But
Is
is it
this-
on fire?
Is this area sealed?
No.
Well, then it can't be on fire still because the vacuum would have put it out.
No, the area is not sealed.
Yeah. So the air would have gone. The fire would have burnt out all the air. You need air
Not
for
really
fire.
dangerous universe. You've seen Falgrid attack stations, right?
Right. But I'm saying this planet has an oxygen-rich.
Oh, does it?
atmosphere.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, it's an Earth light.
Sorry, I'm in ED London again.
That's okay. Yeah, I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure the air from outside will keep it going.
Mentally in my head, all of our EVA gear is just gone. Gone. We were wearing it, now we're not.
But yeah, no, you
Right, sorry.
you're yeah, it's an Earth light. The corridor is still very much on fire. So yeah, you can. The fire suppression system is just out. There's no power. There are some dribs and drabs and some trickles of energy around. Looks like some of the devices that were there may or may not be. Like their power cells still have a trickle of power left in them.
But looking around, is there anywhere it looks like we could possibly like reset the power?
From the reception area? No. But there's also an entire base here.
It's literally a giant INRA base. It's a mythological being. Anyone doing anything?
I'm trying to think. Would there be any fire extinguishers or anything similar we could try and use to put fires out?
Absolutely.
Let's have a shufty for some of them then, see if we can get this under control a bit.
Okay. I would like, I meant to open character sheet, and I didn't do it. And now I did do it. So, I will let you guys decide. Set the difficulty to 4, and you can use either intellect or instinct to walk around this reception area and try to find some fire extinguishers.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Malcolm, you go right around the right around into the reception area. It's just very easy, just kind of climb over the desk, and you find at the very back there's a fire extinguisher, and up in the front corner there's a fire extinguisher. You have 2 of them. Tom, yeah. Right inside the door on the right, there's a fire extinguisher hanging there. It's almost like they follow safety regulations. It's crazy for a
Wow, that's weird.
days. Yeah, everybody has a fire extinguisher, and Malcolm has 2.
Alright, we'll have at it then. Try and... What sort of fire extinguishers are they? Water or foam or CO2?
They're mythical. It will put out fiery, dangerous universe fire extinguishers that just put everything out because it's 1,000 years in the future.
I think they'll work.
You can be a right sarky bastard, you know that.
They don't have the ABC marking on them. I don't know. They just go and put fires out.
Is he currently dual wielding fire extinguishers?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, I am.
I mean,
Has it got a long flappy coat on? Is it going to be a John Woo moment putting these fires out?
Does he? I don't know. Does Malcolm have a long coat?
What's the gravity rating of the planet? Can he do spinny, flippy stuff?
I was gonna say, if
It's
these are super
0.7.
badass future fire extinguishers, can I point them both down at the ground and just like shoot off like a jetpack?
No. No, you cannot.
Alright. Well, in that case, instead of role-playing the situation like I was going to do, because of our smart arse LM, I'm just going to say we're going to try and put the fire out using these fancy arse fire extinguishers.
Well, they wouldn't be fancy-ass fire extinguishers to you. In fact, they'd be a little bit old. It's been a while since this base has been...
Chaos, can we just put the fire out?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, you can. Alright. I will need a... I will need an intellect check from Cromwell and...
Cromwell's not with them. She's fucked off down a different door.
Cromwell?
Yeah, she went through the door on the main place that isn't on fire.
Oh, sorry.
Fires work.
Well, I did say I
She's gonna be here?
followed Margaret. So why the hell?
I thought you then started talking about fires, which is on the upper levels door.
It's okay, I have enough extinguisher for me and Margaret.
You were in the lobby when this originally transpired, and then you walked back out. So you saw Margaret start the fire. Can I have an intellect check from you, Malcolm?
I want an intellect check from the GM right now.
Or
You said you were gonna go look for fire extinguishers. I let you look for fire extinguishers.
Before I even said that, I said I was going with Margaret.
Oh, well, I hadn't assumed that she made it that far. I mean, she, like, walked through the door. Alright, anyway, yes, 4 successes. You know that with the door closed again, might set the trap back off. It may backdraft again. You put your hand on the door and you feel it absolutely searing hot.
That means I don't want to open this door. So where am I in position, like, to all this fiery shit?
There is a steel door that is just a standard handle door, but there's a steel door in between you and the corridor. The corridor, which was previously on fire, when the door was open, and it... Oh, and by the way, behind you, you see one very, very charred corpse of one of the mercenaries. When the door blew open, it hit and slammed shut again, trapping the fire back in. And now you're on the upper, it's not...
But I'm getting the hint, if I open this, it could explosively burst
I'm not
out.
hinting, I'm telling you flat out, you rolled a 4 in your intellect.
Alright, well, I'm not going to open that door because we have learned I can't make agility checks.
No. There is no agility check. You open the door, you're getting dead.
Titus, not me.
Yes, boss? What can I do for you, boss? From now on, while DJ is away, Titus will be voiced by an orc.
Yeah, is he the
Gosh.
orc in fucking Warcraft? Just job done.
Job's done.
Kill all the humies.
Are there windows on this door?
No.
Are there outside windows?
How do I
No,
know there's a
this is an
fire
interior
in the
corridor.
first place if I can't? Well, okay.
You can feel that fucking thing.
It's
hot.
searing hot.
Also, to be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if Margaret would have actually told people when they, were done that she actually did something mildly
Well,
impressive.
I guess I can't MacGyver this with an extinguisher through the window, so...
You'll notice too that the handles on these doors are lever handles.
1,000 years of development and they can't even get anything better than lever handles? I'm impressed.
So
When you get it right, you get it right.
I gotta say, not everything has to be super high tech. Sometimes a lever handle just works.
Are you indicating that there might be the possibility of jury rigging some form of remote opening device through the use of such technologies as rope or something?
I'm not hinting at anything. I'm telling you there's a lever handle.
Yeah.
If anybody has a straw and a paperclip, we can sort this
Are
out.
there any other routes around in this building that we could possibly go?
How far have you been into the building?
Can I ask? Can I go
Yes.
outside again
Yes.
while they're all chatting about this? I'll go back outside. I'll have a look at the windows for that room.
Yes.
Are there windows for that room?
There are windows to the area where you initially went through the door to the right. That section, yes, there are windows. As you look through there, you can see that. Sorry, a small woodland creature from there just showed up. You look through the windows and you can see a corridor, a windowless corridor suspended above what looks like kind of an atrium area. There's what looks like just a dead fountain in there. There's some seating areas. What looks like it could have been like a food stand in the middle.
Okay, but that's not the room that's on fire.
No, that is the corridor above. That is suspended. It's windowless, and you can see
Right, okay.
that it connects all the way over to the next area.
Well, I'm not being funny, but if there's anything actually in, I'm going to walk back in and say to the guys, I don't think there's going to be anything in that room that's worth opening it for, because everything will have burnt to toast by this point. But there is an atrium area that we can go to and have a look round.
I don't know. We'll look for it.
Does he have to roll some dice as well? Oh, he's lost
You
his
did.
voice.
Sorry, I had to remove small woodland creature.
I thought you were making him roll some
Otherwise she will
dice.
sit here and just chatter, so I had to make her go away. Anyway, who's making the dice roll for what now?
Well, hold on. I just want to clarify, because the door we're at that's closed, right?
Yes.
That is hot, that we know if we open will burst into flame and kill everybody,
Yes,
is the door to the sealed corridor that he was just looking at.
correct. And at that point, Billy Bob pipes up and goes, "Yeah, that's just a hallway. We ran through there. I don't know. I didn't really see much because we was running so fast."
Right, but it leads to other things, yeah?
The hallway.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a corridor, it's a hallway.
It's a corridor,
I mean,
yeah.
it has to go somewhere.
Yes,
Right.
that's not a room. It is 100% a corridor.
Is it possible to have Billy Bob pick us up in the ship and kind of drop us on the roof of the next building? Or anything like that?
Yes. Absolutely.
Possibly go
Let's
to
do
the
that
next
then.
building through that.
Yeah. I mean, can we just walk to the next building?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said there was no entrances on that side.
No.
That's why we thought we were going
You
through this
can't
hallway.
walk to it.
Okay,
You
never
can't
mind
get
then.
in, but you can
Oh,
walk
okay.
to
So
it.
it's sealed. The other
Yes.
building is sealed. It's just
Yes.
oh, okay.
Yes. In order to get to the next building, you need to go through the corridor that you can tell so far.
Right.
The one that's on fire.
The corridor that is currently on fire, yes.
Can we just?
Alright.
How about
I
we
mean,
Yeah, let's check the outside of the building. Make sure there's not any other entrances or any areas that look weak that we can possibly get into. So I'm gonna
Is
go
there-
do that.
Hold on, is there a fire alarm panel? Like, does it look like there's fire suppression systems in here that might work
Yes.
built into the building?
Yes, there are. You can tell that there are definitely fire suppression nozzles around.
Okay. Do we try to trigger them? I mean, I can't imagine that they wouldn't have already triggered if they were working, but you know.
Yeah. I mean, don't ask me, man. Role play it out.
Well, I take a look at the nozzle. Does it look like it's been engaged? Does it have a little red thingy on it still?
Well, they don't have red thingies anymore. Yes. Basically, no. The fire suppression system has not been triggered.
Has not been triggered.
It hasn't been triggered. Mostly due to the fact that the place is still on fire.
Right.
What an awful fucking system. Everything's on fire.
That's horrible. I know, that's
It's gone
horrible.
off.
Like, it's the
There's
worst
also
fire
no-
suppression system in the world. The
There's
building's
also
on fire.
No
and it,
power anywhere in the base.
Right.
And the
So-
base has been abandoned for a long time.
It gave up a long time ago. But nobody's going to
Maybe-
care.
So can we try
Maybe
putting the power
there's
back
no
on then?
water pressure
Yeah.
because there's no power.
right. So that was my next question: is what type of fire suppression system does it appear to be? Does it appear to be a water-based one, or like halon, or something else? Can I tell?
Yes, it uses
Is-
magical 33 or 32.
3302.
3250s.
Yeah, it uses.
Oh,
Some,
INRA, yeah.
yeah, it uses some kind of magical 3250s.
But I would
Fire
gather
suppression.
that because it hasn't gone off, the building's on fire, and there's no power, that we need to supply power in order to actually get that to work. The question is more, even if we supplied power, would it actually work? Right?
Correct. That
No
is
harm in
one
trying.
Solution to this problem.
Put the power on.
Yeah. I mean,
Can I go and put the
run
power
it-
on?
Can we use
Dad?
the ship as a generator and plug it into the building
Ah.
Jump starters.
and power up the building?
Do you know how to do that?
I mean,
We did it on a spaceship.
I am an expert in this sort of thing. No.
I
No.
could
I
make
kind
an
of work.
improvisation roll.
I kind of help do stuff on Imperial Starship, so I'm pretty sure I could jury rig something.
Okay. Now, the question is, where do you plug it in?
I mean, is there?
Two-pronged or three-pronged?
So I'm going to do a loop around the outside of the building that we can access, right? Is there any kind of what appears to be power inputs, like
No.
from like a generator station or something like that, or like solar panels on the
As
roof?
you look around, you see one of the buildings that's around this corridor is more, let's say, industrial than the others.
Okay. Like service area industrial.
Like tanks and pipes and cables and whatnot coming out of it.
Is this door hot? Will it explode when I open and go down here?
This is from outside.
Oh, outside. Okay. But
Yes.
that still stands, though. I mean, it could have, you know.
There is no door
All right.
that you can see
Okay.
from where you're standing.
So it's just a. Okay. Well. Okay. Is there like an obvious power panel?
No,
Nothing. Just pipes and cables and stuff.
it's a building
There's no doors. There's nothing
that you can see
that I can see.
from where you're standing.
Can I? Have I looped that building?
No,
Is it a small building?
no.
Oh.
Is there a generator anywhere in the area? Generator building.
Possibly.
Can I investigate for such?
Building is the generator building.
So okay.
Got a funny feeling this building might have a generator in it. Hope it's not in that fire room.
Yeah, as you go around, you start to circle the building. There is what appears to be an emergency exit. It is very much sealed with a plasteel door. It almost looks like they retrofitted an airlock off of a spaceship.
That seems odd. Is there like a control panel for it?
No, not on the outside.
There's nothing on the. It's just the door,
Just a door.
and there doesn't appear to be any other like pathing or way to this building
Only from the inside.
through the corridor that's on fire that will kill us if we try to go down.
Well, and various other routes. This building is on the other side of this complex.
Oh, well, okay. So can I try to get into this building from the other building?
As you start scouting around the other buildings, you notice that there are multiple other what seem to be emergency exits, all sealed. It's almost as if when they left this base, they left it in orderly fashion. It wasn't like some kind of mass havoc evacuation.
Okay. Well,
So essentially, they've
Go
not
ahead.
used the emergency exits to evacuate the facility because they'd have been wide open otherwise. So they've obviously gone out through the main entrances and left
Mm-hmm.
as normal. So, like you say, it's an evacuation rather than an emergency evacuation or a controlled shutdown.
A controlled shutdown.
There are, I assume, main doors to most of the buildings on here as well. Then, if these plasteel emergency exit doors are still sealed, they're going to be a bitch to try and open, aren't they?
Yeah.
So it's probably easier to try and get into the main door for each facility then. Are they all linked together, or are they actually out in the open?
They are all linked together. It's like it's from what you can tell, the base was designed to be accessed from the reception area.
Well, I'll say Zion's plan's probably the best one. Try and get down onto the roof from the ship and exit and enter from the roof.
Yeah, because you did say there was like an atrium, right?
Yes.
I think that's our best way in.
Okay.
Are you guys still trying to get into like the massive unlocked, blocked off area? Because there is literally an area down here for now that is accessible.
It's accessible, but it doesn't proceed to the next building.
It doesn't go anywhere.
It's like that's reception, and then this is like kind of visitors, kind of relax area.
I guess she's still checking in there, but yeah.
As you walk around, give me an awareness check, please, Miss Cromwell.
Give me a moment. Okay. What role? Difficulty setting.
Or standard.
God, that actually made me shit myself there.
2
Two
successes.
successes.
Beeps quite loud.
What beep?
Roll 20 beeps when somebody does something in chat, and it was
Oh.
louder than I expected
That
it to
thing?
be.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 successes.
Excuse me. Yeah. You wander around a little bit. You manage to find a fire extinguisher, for one.
Helpful. I wasn't looking for one.
As you're looking around the edge, you don't see you don't see any way out of here except for the entrance you came through. You see the corridor above, and you can kind of hear it ticking and maybe creaking a little bit from the heat buildup inside of it.
Worrying.
In fact, as you walk under it, you can physically feel the radiant heat coming off of it. But as you're walking around, you find this little device about as long as your finger, has some kind of gold contacts on the bottom, and you would recognize this as a credit stick. An encrypted credit stick.
Random treasure! Cool!
He's gonna just casually be pocketing that. And not telling anybody about it. He's also looking for things like pamphlets as well, though. It's a visitor area, there might be pamphlets.
There are no pamphlets to this top secret INRA base.
Damn it, it's a visitor area. Everybody
Welcome
has
to this
pamphlets,
top
Tails.
secret INRA base. Here we do such projects as...
Yeah, it's a visitor. Why
It's a
the
top
fuck would
secret
they do
INRA
that?
base. You do,
What the fuck is in
however, find, some reading material from about 60 years ago.
You'll take that.
You know, the things going on in the galaxy.
take that for
Expansion past
nostalgia.
old worlds. What does
Wait.
it mean for society?
60 years ago. Oh,
Old
she was
one.
only 10.
Old World expansion, I'm afraid, was way, way, way before then. Old World expansion was like 2600, sorry.
Oh yeah, it would be 2600.
And she's going to grab whatever the hell she can find, then pocket the stick, not tell anybody about the stick, and then obviously get the fuck out of there, because that heat and that creaking does not sound good.
No.
Oh, she'll probably grab the fire extinguisher too. She'll probably do that. Actually, how heavy is the fire extinguisher?
It's not terribly heavy.
Well, I can carry 2 of them, and I'm not a very strong guy.
It's about the same weight as a bottle of wine.
For a 69-year-old lady that seriously can't actually
you
carry
can
much.
carry it. You can carry the fire extinguisher.
Same weight as a
Yes,
bottle of
but
wine.
How heavy is it?
Same
Remember,
weight as a
your-
bottle of
your-
wine.
Your future 69, not modern 69.
True, but still, how heavy is it in conjunction to her?
Same weight as a bottle of wine.
It weighs, let's say it weighs 4 pounds.
I don't know how much that is.
Oh,
In
God
conjunction,
damn it.
is it
4
Is
pounds in
it
kilograms.
not heavy at all? Is it quite heavy, or is it heavy?
Between
it's
1
about
and
a
2
kilo.
kilos.
About a
2
kilo.
kilos.
I don't understand measurements.
You can pick it up and move it around easily.
Here's a bag of sugar.
Margaret,
Okay, yeah, she
Margaret.
drops it- no,
Same weight as a
fine,
bottle of
fine.
wine.
She drops it on the floor. She can't be asked with it. She leaves.
Okay.
If it's too heavy,
It's not
Same
too heavy,
weight
it's
as a
of
bottle
wine.
of fucking
you
wine.
underestimate how much she cannot be asked for carrying stuff.
That cred stick weighs like 6 kilos, just FYI.
Yes, that has money on it.
That you.
And
maybe.
before it's blank.
The only thing that the fire can do, fire
Hey, you
extinguisher
put
can
it
do
in
is
your
put out the
pocket. Your
fire.
pocket is just sagging and holding like this now.
All
I
right,
picked the
yeah,
wrong
she
way
can
to
do
stop
fire
sniffing glue.
extinguisher then.
Can't tell the
She'll take
difference,
the
though.
fire extinguisher.
From her diaper, anyway.
Also, she has a bag with her, not pockets. So you think women's? I doubt even in that fucking thing that women's clothing actually has pockets.
No, but they put, like, really cool fake pockets on there to give the illusion.
Of course they did. Of course they fucking did. She's just got like an unpicker in her bag, like ready to attempt to unpick them to see if there's an actual pocket under there. There's
Yeah.
not.
Anyway, moving right along.
Francis.
What, So you're gonna talk to Billy Bob?
Yes.
What's the plan here?
I've forgotten what we were doing. Yes. Billy Bob, can you pick us up and drop us off on the roof of the building, please? Click.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that I can land on the roof, but I can get you close.
Just hover, we can jump.
All
We
right,
trust you.
let's go take a ride.
Yeehaw!
He gets in, hops in the flight deck. Boop, 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 boop.
Oh, Margaret's going with them, by the way, just shouting, "Wait for me!"
No, don't wait for her. She spent 20
Do
minutes
wait
trying to
for
work out
me.
how much a fucking bottle of wine weighs. Let's go. Quick!
She has a fire extinguisher. It's a bit late.
So you all get in, and you hear over the comms, "Wait for me!" And Billy Bob's like, "All right, hurry up there, Lady Margaret."
She's running in heels. She's fine. She'll catch up.
69-year-old lady running in heels. That's something we've got to get on video.
She's got a lot of practice.
As soon as she gets 2 feet on the deck,
That's going on SpooTube.
completely leaves the back hatch open. I mean, it's literally just an elevator ride. And then turns it and sets it back just so that the ramp is maybe a meter off the roof.
Isn't the ASP's ramp on its front landing gear? Or am I thinking about the Python?
I think you're thinking of the Python. I'm pretty sure the asp is in the ass.
Okay. Keeps the theme going, doesn't it? ASP ass. Okay, we'll
Wow,
hop.
I need to look.
I'll hop down.
Yeah, ramp is on the back. The front of the asp is all glass.
Yeah, okay. Good. I was like, now I'm completely confused!
Billy Bob don't know where his ramp is.
On their way, Billy Bob, on their way! Alright, yeah, so, yeah, you are sitting about a meter off the roof.
Whee! Geronimo!
Okay, you Geronimo down. It's only a meter, it doesn't hurt. It's very easy to do. Who's all getting off here?
I'm getting off.
I think you know my standpoint on this.
Yeah, she's getting off as well.
Calm will get off.
Oh,
Okay.
gee. Wait, no.
Margaret,
Yeah, she's getting off.
I will need you, please, to make me an agility check.
Oh,
Set the
yeah.
difficulty at 5.
I didn't realise that it was that
Because
high
you're a
up.
70-year-old woman trying to jump a meter in heels.
Wait, it's a meter. Well, that's not
Yeah.
that bad.
In heels.
Okay, before you choose that difficulty check, you have to remember though, she has like over 5 decades experience of walking in heels.
But jumping in heels?
Yes!
You're jumping off a ship onto a roof in heels, and you're
Okay.
70.
This is where I honestly believe you actually don't understand it's not that hard
You
to
can
jump
add a
in
die
heels.
to it.
It's not
Because
that
you
hard
have
to jump
relevant
in heels.
experience. You have 50 years of walking in heels, you can add a dice to the pool.
Can I offer a suggestion here? There's a very, very easy solution to this problem. Is that Alice opens up her experiences tab on her character sheet, and if she has jumping in heels on that list, then fine.
She's probably got something that could be close. Experiences. Oh, where the hell are they? What are the experiences?
They're the
Your
experiences
experience in
tab.
jumping in heels.
Yeah, but oh, there we go. Da, 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 da. She does have etiquette. That's fucking close. She would have learned.
Is etiquette a physical skill?
Etiquette is teaching you how to basically just exist to be posh and all of that stuff. And she's constantly been wearing heels. When you're a woman, I have like 10 years, if fucking hell, Wheeler. I have like 5 if not 10 years experience of being in heels, and they are not hard to wear.
Times like this I realise I've missed a lot of skill elements from the role-playing game.
No, it's just I feel like you're fully overestimating how hard heels are to wear once you get used to them, and how hard they are to maneuver in. They're really fucking easy to walk and jump in.
Which is why I'm
Is-
giving you an extra dice.
Okay, how do I add that?
Just do agility. Just put one more in your agility and roll it.
Real thing. Overall difficulty setting 5.
Yes.
Oh, bullshit. 2
Oh, look at
successes.
that! Beautiful. You managed just like it's like you knew exactly what you were doing. You know, you had this, you caught it right on the toe, let the heel kind of dig in a little bit, came right down, got the knees bent. Perfect. Like an old pro.
Of course, obviously landing on the front of your feet, so you're not putting all the pressure on the back.
Exactly. It's almost as if she's been walking in heels.
How
for 50
dare you assume that I don't
That's
know
how
what
you
it's like
break
to
the
walk in
heel, is
heels?
You put all pressure on back.
You've never seen
Right.
my Sunday night show, obviously. You've now got the pleasure of writing jumping in heels on your experiences list with one
Yay!
use. Yay!
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Add heels as a general skill. Physique. There we go. Put that on one. That's literally now a skill.
Mace DK goes, you can't ninja in heels. Been there, done that.
You definitely can. You have to step on your front. I've done it multiple times. You step on the front of the toe, you make sure that the back does not hit the floor. You basically tiptoe your way forward. Ninja in heels. Yes, but then you wouldn't look as fashionable. Right, shall we continue on?
And 70-year-old feet? Ugh.
Anyway,
Oh, fair point. Ooh. Chaos is just like, fucking kill me.
that's okay. I'm used to it by now.
Look, if it weren't an RPG session that actually went according to plan, he wouldn't have called himself Chaos, would he?
This is unfortunately far more true than I like to admit. Anyway, yeah, so now you're all on the roof.
Yay!
Yay!
For a very short jump, that took a hell of a long time. Anyway, let's go. Are there any access points on the roof, like obvious things like trapdoors or those boxes you get where you can go in a door and it'll take you down into the stairwell or anything like that?
No.
Fuck.
Anything
there any-
leading into the atrium?
Is there anything leading down to the
The atrium. Thought you said there was like glass something up here that we could get into.
Yes, yeah. The ceiling definitely has skylights for sure.
So that's not obvious. That's not an obvious way in. Oh, God.
You asked if there was the box thing or trap.
I asked if there's any obvious ways down, like...
Oh yeah, no. Then I apologize. Yes, there are big skylights here.
Can we use one of them to get down? Are they all covered in glass?
Yeah.
Smash some glass.
Okay, you have now smashed one skylight.
Right. Is there anything I can tie my rope to?
Yeah, absolutely. There's
I do have
The-
magnetic climbing grapples as well, if that has any use whatsoever.
yeah, your magnetic thing thunk to the side of the skylight, no problem.
Right. Look down and make sure there's a decent place we could kind of abseil
You look
down.
and
Who's
you are
dying?
As you look down, you are looking directly into the atrium below.
And there's a floor we can reach there. It's not like 18
absolutely.
floors down or something.
Nope.
Okay, I'll try and abseil down.
Okay, you rappel down
That's
right
it.
through there.
Repel, thank you.
Yep, you rappel down, no problem. You are now on the floor of the atrium. You look around and you see one dropped fire extinguisher. You see the sealed corridor going over the top. You see some old pamphlets and magazines, some reading material. You see what looked like it used to be some kind of vending stand. And you see the door that goes back to the reception area.
That's the one that has the fire going on in it,
That's
right?
the room that Margaret just came out, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
You're shitting me.
I thought the atrium was the other direction. That's what I thought.
No, the atrium. Both doors went out the same way. The staircase went up to the left and went across, and there's a corridor. Next door is a big atrium waiting area. There is suspended through that the corridor that is currently on fire. You went up on top of the atrium, broke glass, and went back down into the atrium.
I thought Billy Bob was taking us to the other building.
Which
the one
building?
that we've been trying to get to.
No, you said the atrium.
I thought that's what the atrium was on, was the other building.
No.
We've been doing this trying to get to the other building. I thought that's, oh my god.
God damn it. Yeah, I was under the impression we were on the other building as well.
Ooh, lovely.
Yep, I thought we were on the other building. I thought that was what we were kind of implied. We're trying to get to the other building, so we try to get onto the roof of the other building.
Yeah. What he says.
Yeah, that was my understanding too.
Billy Bob is still sitting there, right? Might as well jump back in the back of the Asp Explorer and help Lady Cromwell back up into the ship. Guess.
Okay, you all get back up, and we'll just assume that he landed again, and Carson can just hop in the back, and then you go across the facility over to what you could assume is the power plant. Once you land on top of the power plant, this is very much not an atrium. This is a glass steel industrial building. There are vent stacks. There are pipes. There is a maintenance hatch up here. It does appear to be sealed.
Sealed how?
From what you can tell, it looks like it's probably physically bolted, like a deadbolt through it. Probably a couple of them. When you pull on it, you notice that it does rattle a little bit. If there was a magnetic lock, the power's long since gone.
So in theory, lasering it might cut through it. Or at least cut through the bolts if I fire towards where the bolts are.
Yeah, but you can't see the bolts.
See the hinges?
Suggestions,
Yeah,
guys?
technically, you could probably cut through this, given enough time.
It's not like we're in a hurry.
No.
We haven't got mad ninjas trying to kill us, so...
Suddenly, 5 ninjas pop up on the roof and try to kill us.
It's funny you say that. The black python comes back down out of the sky.
And it's not Iridia Storm.
No. But anyway, does anybody have any kind of cutting tool on them?
I have my engineering kit.
Refresh my memory. Does that have like a little plasma torch?
Engineering kit. Yeah, I'm
Right.
based it off of what I used in the military, so it has a lot of stuff to do that kind of stuff with. Yes.
If you want, in the cargo bay there is a plasma cutter.
Use
That'll
that.
do.
So you go in, unhook the plasma cutter, bring the power cable out, and you guys while the ship is hovering, by the way. It takes a solid 20 minutes to get through this thing. But eventually, the last bolt fails with a kong!
In the meantime, I'll tell Billy Bob to go and land somewhere rather than waste his time hovering above us.
Let's wait until we're finished with the door because the cable only goes so far.
Okay.
Goes to land and the plasma cutter goes yoink off the roof. Yeah. Clang. And then you quickly wrap the cable up and restow the plasma cutter. And then Billy Bob goes and lands the ship. You now have access to a very dark room.
I do have a flashlight.
Okay, you shine your flashlight down and you see a steel rung ladder that seems to go down about 2.5 meters to a steel mesh gantry.
I'm gonna go down the ladder. Kind of test. Oh,
Crunchy crunch.
I'm gonna go down the
That
ladder.
was him walking on the stones on the roof.
Yeah, that's what that was. That was good immersion. Good immersion.
My
Yeah,
immersion.
Chaos knows only one that can do sound effects.
All right, so you head down. You shine your light around, and you see what looks to be possibly a large reactor.
But possibly a small one?
Size isn't everything.
A large, possibly reactor. You see various control panels all completely off. You see some mechanical dials around and some mechanical controls. Almost as if when this breaks, the good old mechanical stuff still works. And you see there's a couple of ladders that lead down. This main gantry around seems to be the maintenance area. You can go around and service the upper levels of this device.
Let's start going over the device and making sure thing looks damaged right now.
Okay.
Maybe we should call Margaret in here. She was alive before computers.
Well,
Do you know you're on mute, Alice?
No, I'm not mute.
You were.
Also, you know that like she's with you, right? She's been following you.
I think that's the reason why he said that.
Oh. No, I have been listening. It's just
She's so old, she's in black and white.
quite literally. Yeah, so computers, you said. But I blanked
Yes.
out a tiny bit.
Now, Ms. Cromwell,
Yes.
may I have a physique check from you?
Each.
Yes, and you can chuck your one die in there for the heels, because now you're
Nice.
trying to walk on thin metal grating with heels. That now your heel will definitely poke right through.
It is so easy. If it gets stuck, it's a fucking annoying thing though. Right, so one die. 5 or 4?
This can be a 4.
Wait, that was the wrong fucking... God damn it. Ignore that.
Oh,
Wait, did you say agility or physique? Physique.
yes.
Sorry. There we go.
Wait,
One
what is
success.
all these extra rolls? You just keep
Wait,
rolling
no,
till
I
you get
forgot
a
to put the
success?
dying physique. Okay, here we go. There we go. Sorry, I kept rolling the wrong fucking one. I thought it was agility, and then I accidentally rolled initiative, and... Alright.
Well, they're steadily increasing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look. Oh no, that wasn't good. Here, I'll just keep. Wait, no, that one sucked too. Oh, hold on. Yeah.
That was a practice.
Oh wait, there we go. That's good.
Seriously, look at my rolls. They were the wrong fucking things.
Yep,
Anyway.
another practice roll.
You managed to tiptoe your "I'm not taking off my heels" self down the gantry to the next rung ladder.
Like a professional.
Like a professional. Okay, so you've made it down to the main floor.
Is there is there any indication the reactor is still active in any way? Or what kind of reactor is this?
From that, I will need an intellect check, please.
Okay.
Are we all allowed to intellect check, or...?
If you're curious as to what kind of reactor it is.
Yeah, she probably wouldn't know that. Fair enough.
So, you can tell, this is odd. It's not a... It doesn't seem to be a nuclear reactor. It actually seems to be a fueled steam reactor.
As in... Huh.
I don't really care what type of reactor it is, I just want to try and turn it on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, anybody have any experience turning on reactors of this type?
Nah. Big red button, big green button, I think it's usually fairly obvious.
Is there a control console or anything for the reactor? Or
Oh, there's
you know?
several.
You said there was
There-
mechanical controls as well?
There are mechanical controls around.
Are they clearly labelled in a handy font?
Hold on. Is there a user manual? No shit. Is there a maintenance guidebook or procedures manual for startup or something that would be a process based thing, like a lot of like power stations, things like that, have just books lined up above the control console that is, hey, you need to do this thing, read this manual, and follow the steps.
Is
Can
there
we
a
not
quick
just
start
Google it?
guide?
Yeah.
Thank you for buying your Mark 12 reactor. We
Roll
hope there was...
intellect plus awareness. Let's do.
Wait.
Let's go look for a manual in the dark.
Oh, intellect plus awareness.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, I have a flashlight, so the dark. So hold on. So I'm rolling mind and senses and intellect and awareness all together.
Well, you can't do that. You'd have to do. You can't roll two attributes, but you could
Right.
do senses plus intellect.
Wouldn't it?
Right, Selezen?
No, it's got to be
Yeah.
mind plus intellect.
Right. So if I'm rolling intellect, it's the intellect dice plus mind
you
dice.
can't cross the.
Don't cross the streams. No.
Don't cross the streams.
Okay. Then
Well, while he's fumbling in the dark, can I roll?
I
an
have a flashlight.
improvisation- Can I roll an
can-
improvisation check to see if I can just like figure out how to work it?
Which is basically what I'm trying to do as well. But what
That's
I was
what
going
I'm
to say
not
was that
experienced.
you can break down a task into two different subtasks. So if there's a senses and awareness component to it as well, if he has to do that in order to find it, then do that first.
all right. Roll me intellect as you look around to see if you can figure out where a good place to find a manual would be.
Okay, that's intellect.
All right. Now roll me an awareness. See if you can find it.
Okay.
You find the quick start guide.
Yay!
It's in a big blue binder and it's about that thick.
That's the quick start guide. Nice.
It's a fucking reactor, dude. It's just, you know, it's just like, here, now you've set up a home Netgear router. Boop.
Thank you.
All right. So as you go through, you realize that the first 105 pages is regulatory bullshit. And then you also have some safety precautions.
I'm getting a whole new picture of INRA, I'll tell you that much. Safety precautions for INRA? Wow.
Well, it's safety in the sense that they don't want you to blow the boiler up and level the base.
I feel like this isn't an INRA manual. This was a manufacturer's manual.
It's a
so INRA
manufacturer's
had nothing to do with
manual. Yeah. They bought this reactor. They didn't make it.
Yeah, but INRA kept the manual, that's the point I'm trying to make.
Well, this is true. This is
Whee!
true. Although, again, they may not be that big on, maybe we shouldn't, we didn't, we asked if we could, we didn't ask if we should. But there's also, hey, let's tell people not to push the big red button so that it doesn't flatten the base. They don't want to just die for dumbass shit. This is just easier for the story if they find a quick start manual. So reading the quick start manual, you know that the first thing you have to do is you have to check the water supply in the tank. Next thing you have to do is prime the boiler with fuel. Get that fuel ignited. Once you have minimum power, you can start the fuel feeder. After you check the fuel levels, you can start the fuel feeder, and then you can start the primary water pumps. Once the primary water pumps are on, you can click in the main generator, and you should have power.
We'll work on doing this together then. If he reads it out, I'll do it, or vice versa, whichever's more easy.
So, you go over to the small auxiliary boiler. You look inside. There is no fuel.
Does anyone know where they would keep a fuel store around here then?
Do we have any barrels or anything around that look like they're fuel barrels?
There are.
I've always had look for the red ones.
With the biohazard sign on them.
There are. There are. Yes, there are several barrels around with different weights of grease. But there is also giant hoppers around. Each of them say biomass.
Right, I'm going to cast back to something. Is this the fuel for the reactor? Because when you described what sort of reactor it was, my sound cut out.
Oh, this is a fueled reactor. This is not a nuclear reactor. This is a fuel steam generator.
Fuel steam generator. Doesn't exactly say what the fuel is.
This like one of those reactors like runs off of corn product, corn diesel or something? Is that what the biomass is?
Possibly.
85.
Yes, you would know actually from reading the manual that this takes in solid biomass. It very much runs like an ancient steam locomotive. Very much.
Okay.
It takes in biomass, it burns it, it creates steam, steam spins the generator, you have electricity.
Well, if biomass is the fuel, let's chuck it in the fuel store.
Okay, I'm gonna check the water tank. Is the water tank full?
The water tank is 3/4 full.
Yay, something went in our favour.
Do we have an idea how long that will last? based on the information we have?
With just the small, you know what? That I'm gonna need you to make an intellect check on, because the quick start guide is basically here's how you turn on generator, burn rates and fuel consumption.
Someone drew a map.
All right, you got 2 successes. You would know that water probably isn't gonna last very long. It seems like this water is probably just the primer for the small auxiliary generator to get the big main generator running.
So
Basically, it's gravity-fed water to get the small steam turbine running. That way it can power the fuel feeder and the water pumps.
oh, okay, gotcha. So they're okay, yeah, all right. So we should be okay though, because once we kick it off, it should start the fuel pump, or the water pumps and everything else, and it should be self-sustaining as long as we feed it fuel. Is that what I'm getting from that?
Sure.
It hungers.
Sure.
It
Okay.
hungers.
Sure. Great.
Let's go for it then.
So you see at the small aux reactor there is a hopper. It is connected to the side, but there is no there's no fuel at all in it.
Good morning, little chaos.
The children of chaos have become.
Oh my god, needy children. Anyway, sorry.
Your own fault.
You know, it really is.
Should have kept it in your pants.
I think we actively tried for these things.
Wow. Wow.
Damn.
Poor children.
I think they can feel the burn from there.
So yes, empty hopper, small aux reactor.
Put the biomass. It puts the biomass in the hopper, or it gets the hose again.
Or I guess.
Wow. Anyway, yeah, you find some large totes, and you go up to the hopper, and you pull the lever, opens up the hatch, and you fill. It smells not great. It's not manure. It's not bio waste. It's just biomass. It kind of smells like rotting wood and kind of soily, kind of moldy.
I'll put my armor helmet on while I'm carrying the tub, and then
Okay.
I'm not eating the stuff. I'm tipping it into a hopper. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. So you grab it, and you have you probably picked up about 15, 20 pounds of it. In it goes. So you now have fueled the aux reactor.
Next stage, Cam. Ben,
Okay.
Malcolm,
So-
whichever one it was I was talking to. God damn it.
All right. So I read off the next process to everybody, and
The
we
next
do the thing.
process. The next process is that it needs to be ignited.
Ah. Of course. Fire.
But
Oh.
it needs to be ignited once you've checked that the water levels in the reactor are set.
Oh.
This feels like a mini game.
How to check water level in reactor? Google me.
There's a sight glass.
And I
Okay.
said Spoogle. Why aren't we using Spoogle?
Yeah, right. How to start, 50-year-old, 100-year-old, whatever tech.
Is there not a space YouTube video of someone doing this?
Yeah,
Spoo-
there's gotta be.
Spootube.
Right? A hobby guy.
Phone collector.
You have no signal inside here.
Oh, okay.
No, it's probably just as well.
So check the
If
site
anybody
box.
on Google actually saw us logging on from an INRA base, yeah, we'd have some attention. Does the quick start manual not say how to do it?
Yes, there's a spyglass.
Spyglass.
Check the
Well,
water level.
use that then.
Is there water?
There is no water in the reactor.
Okay, so we do the thing to add the water to the reactor.
Is it going to involve me carrying a bucket from this big hopper to a tube,
No.
like
no,
Krypton Factor
you
or something?
literally- You pull the lever. The heat exchanger fills up with cold water.
Uh huh.
Okay.
Now it's
you
got water?
Now you must ignite said biomass
Okay. How does it recommend the igniting of the biomass?
through external ignition source.
Copy. So I take out my lighter.
Huh?
And light the biomass.
Flame kind of goes out.
Oh.
A little damp.
Is there? So actually,
Is
is
there a
there
hopper full
like
of
a-
dried wood?
right. Well, is there like a light? So like a.
We'll
a
take
lo-
a
a lot
sleeve
of-
off Margaret's dress and we'll light it and put it in.
Yeah, light it. Throw it in there.
I only even have one dress today, not another.
So is there a like a lighting stick or something? Like a lot of steam engines have like a specific lighting process with a specific tool for that thing, you know. So
Like one of those little things that you light and put into the cooker when they're not working to light the grill.
Awareness.
yeah.
How
Or
about a
is this
laser?
like yeah.
That could work.
That was the next thing. Is this one of those things like we just laser it to burst into flame?
If all else fails, shoot it.
We do have the electric. Would that work? We have shotguns.
I feel like that would kill us.
No, I
Well,
mean we have guns, don't we, that give out like lightning. Could that not start a spark?
Well, it would be a spark technically, but
Yeah.
that might be a slightly
we
safer
have-
option.
Electroshock weapons. Yeah.
I thought laser would be quicker, but
Lots of metal in this room is what he's saying. Is that unleashing large amounts of electricity
Yeah.
into metal structure while we're in metal structure could turn out bad for us.
well, as long as it's focused on
Point.
what's in the hopper, we should be okay. Because it's only a close range weapon anyway, so
But if we miss, we're all fucked.
just point it straight into the hopper and target it and see what happens. Then quickly withdraw my hands before they get charged.
Is there a catalyst for an alternate catalyst for the fuel, like a liquid fuel similar to, I don't know, gasoline or something that we could add a very small amount to the fuel?
Does
the
anybody have a
biomass
hip
to-
flask of vodka
Uh,
or a
as
bottle
I
of
had
wine?
looked around, he had noticed that there's several barrels of varying weights of grease.
Ooh,
Is grease
What?
flammable?
if hot enough.
Okay.
All right, let's try to put a little dollop of grease on the fuel and light the grease and see if it then leads to the biomass.
Okay, you get a good chunk of grease, kind of slap it on the top there. Do you use your lighter again?
I mean, it seems like a reasonable source of flame.
Yeah, you light the lighter. The grease, it doesn't go whoosh like gasoline or anything like that. You notice that it kind of takes the flame gently, but then starts very quickly spreading. You notice that there's smoke that starts to come out of it, and then
Uh-huh.
it kind of draws back in.
Ah,
It kind of draws back in, and then you start to smell this kind of woody mossiness coming out of the smoke as well. The scent kind of starts to permeate the area. It's not a terrible smell. It kind of almost reminds you of that vacation you once took way out
Uh-huh.
in the woods. So From there, the next step is to open the exhaust catalyzer valve. So you do that. So now the exhaust is being taken. And then you have to wait until it builds up a head of steam. So you close the reactor, and it sits. And it sits.
I spy with my little eye something beginning with R.
Is it a rocket?
Nope.
Is it ramen noodles?
Please.
Is it ridiculous heels in a completely industrialized area and you're very lucky you haven't broken an ankle yet?
I wish it was, but nope.
No. I get it.
Reactor!
Why is it
Good
even-
lord!
Oh, reactor! About 10 minutes pass, and you see that the mechanical pressure gauge is in the green. It almost seems as if they just let the reactors just run out of fuel. And then everything just... So, you now have steam. The next thing to do is fire up the auxiliary generator.
Fire it up! Fire it up! Can I press the big red button now?
Actually, it's a valve. You pull the valve, and you hear little turbine spins up. And as soon as the little turbine spins up, you start to see lights. The service lights above you turn on, and you start to see the control panels start to light up.
That's more
Oh.
like it.
Are there controls panels that look at the rest of the buildings? Like a schematic map or functional map or anything like that?
From what you can tell just by looking at it, these are literally just reactor controls.
Right, okay.
Just enough to get things running. So,
Are the reactor controls now taking control of the automated part? Other than...
you need to, yeah, basically from here you need to turn on the fueler, you need to turn on the water pumps, and then from there the auto ignition sequence will fire the boiler, get the main generator running. It takes you a further 5 to 10 minutes to do this, and then you hear as the main reactor fires up, and then you hear and as you look over on the panel, you see a big green button that says close main breaker.
Can I? No, fuck you, I'm just gonna do it.
You see all the power come back on. You see all of the consoles light up. You see the fire panel, and all of a sudden you're from the fire panel.
As all that stuff comes on, I'm just gonna turn to everybody and grin and say, let there be light.
Ah! You can have 1 pun experience point.
Woohoo! My day is complete.
And as you look, there's a digital readout at the fire panel, and it says fire suppression system active, fire extinguished. And it shows you the location, which was where your corridor was.
Right, are the doors accessible now? If you're not going to answer that, I'll just go and check one of the doors.
No! But what you do have are access panels now.
Can we use them? Do they have the
Yes.
secret codes? Do they have
Yes.
keypads?
Yes.
Hackety hackety hack!
I don't have the hacking stuff. Mechanical.
Did we lose Benjamin?
Nope, I'm here. Sorry,
Oh, okay.
muted. There are things for me to hack.
Yes.
You say.
Yes.
Aha.
I've done a hacking
Finally.
roll.
Something I can actually roll.
Two
I'm assuming
success-
I'm assuming intellect is
Yeah.
with my computer skill.
Yep. 2 successes. You managed to get the main exit to the reactor open.
No,
You
then
have
I'm not even gonna
adequate
try.
time. It's not like I said, you're not pressed for time. So there's no discipline that needs to be involved in it. You manage after a little while, taking your time and being very careful. You manage to get the code, and you and you find yourself in a computer laboratory. You see large data banks lining each wall. You see multiple terminals. There's 2 islands of just terminals, back to 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 back. There's chairs that are there. Most of them, a lot of them are knocked over. There are trash cans here and there. Completely empty, though. Strangely enough.
Yeah, because they probably would have destroyed all the evidence or burnt everything. If we're going to try and get as much of this as possible, is it worth trying to see if we can get hold of the storage devices in each terminal? Or can we download all this stuff somewhere? Just trying to think if Billy Bob might have storage room on his ship, or if we could just take the hardware, basically. Anyone? Any thoughts?
I mean, there's cargo bay on the Asp, right?
There is. I'm not saying we should take the entire kit, the entire terminal, but there must be some
You're gonna
storage
take
medium somewhere.
I was going to say, I don't know that you guys can lift the giant data banks off the walls and take them onto the ship.
Is there a map of the network anywhere? Can I go into one of the terminals and see if there's a map of the network?
You sit down at one of the terminals, and it loads up and asks for a passkey.
Oh, of course it does.
Alright,
Password
can I come over?
01.
Yeah, jeez.
You know, honestly, I really should just let you have it because Password 01 would be amazing in a top secret facility. But no! Access denied!
Alright, can I come over and work my wizardry on this?
You can!
Do
After
violence
the
a knob?
break.
01.
Okay.
Alright, so now that we're getting into this new area, I believe it's time that we're going to take a quick 10-minute break. Let's do just a little bit of housekeeping while we're out there. And Captain Blow Up Doll, Dietrich Rormer, Scarlet of the Night, thank you very much for your host, Bog Nagas, with the raid. Thank you so much. And Kinlo with the follow. So, don't go anywhere. We are going to go to the BRB screen with the timer. I'm going to chuck 10 minutes on the timer. We're going to listen to some epic space music, and we will be right back. Commander Wilkie, thank you very much for the follow. So, it's not hashtag late toddler from hell. I was turning the music down. God, we don't like hard transitions here. So, everybody had yourself a good break. Take care of the necessary things.
Yeah.
Oh, I got one. Well, that's great. Now I just spilled beer. That's awesome. Yeah. No. I'm a professional. I have paper towel here. I am such a professional.
Muted.
Okay. We're back in
Microphone
business.
activated.
So, you are now in the data center. Large data banks on the wall, 2 islands with back-to-back terminals. There's probably 30 terminals here.
So, as I asked before, is there a network map? I'm trying to log in, weren't we, or trying to hack it?
There is no network map that you can see. Oh, just in case you were wondering, Buttons had to cut out. Something IRL came up, so she had to bail out on the rest of the session. So, as you guys pull into the
Microphone muted.
The data center, Lady Cromwell goes,
Microphone activated.
I simply can't be bothered with these computers. I believe my wine is just about chilled. I'll be heading back to the ship. And then gets on the comms and goes, Billy Bob, darling, would you mind picking me up on the roof again? All right there, Lady Cromwell. I'll be right there in just a second. Give you a ride. And then she takes off down the corridor. There are no buttons. There are no documents that you can see. It's not a bad impression.
I think he got the accent spot on.
Alright, so I was going to hack this computer, yes.
Yes. I will need you.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Jump
Peaked too early there.
I will need you to set the difficulty to 5.
Okay.
And I will allow you to roll it again.
That's a good idea.
You didn't set it to 5. You got 1 success.
I did set it to 5. It didn't do it for some reason.
Did you set to 5 and then click out of the
No.
box? Yeah.
Okay.
There you
Well,
go.
I got 1 success anyway.
Oh, Zornok. Interesting. Okay, so with 1 success, you get in and you're fumbling around kind of, and you notice that the cryptology on this is really quite intense. You manage to bypass some of the basic encryption. You have access now to a network map You have access to a facility map, and you have access to personnel records, but anything further than that is still encrypted.
Do I have access enough where I could copy, essentially, like the hard drives to my own computer?
No.
Does the network map show if there's any remote storage, or is all the storage located on the machines themselves?
The storage itself is in the databanks. These are merely terminals to access.
Right. Does it give us any idea where the databanks are?
Directly behind you on the wall.
Mega.
Mega.
My suggestion would be we rip all these databanks out, take all the storage medium from them and take them with us. I don't think we're going to have enough storage anywhere to store what's on these, if there's so many of them. Hopefully the hard drives, for want of a better word, will be small enough to carry.
That could compromise the data.
It could, if it's all stored in RAID arrays or something similar.
In Space Raid, you know,
Spade.
in Spade.
No one can hear you scream.
They seem to be in Spade 6. Or Sprayed. It's Sprayed 6.
Alternatively, we'll have a
God.
look around and see if there's any external storage we can use here. I doubt it, because
Yeah.
I would have thought they'd have taken it with them, but if there's something we can use here that we can copy it onto.
Can we download the data that we have access to? Like
Yes.
like you said, we have access to like personnel files
Yes.
and
And a facilities map.
facilities. So like we can download that to like our personal. That can't be a whole lot of data. I would imagine like that's minimal in comparison to the rest that's there.
Yes. You can download the personnel records, the facility map, and the network map.
All right.
Yeah, I do that. And do I see anything of note in the area, like right around us at the moment?
This room seems fairly sterile. From what you can tell, it doesn't look like they did a lot on paper.
What about personnel files?
Personnel files. This facility was run by a scientist named Robert Richter. He's a multiple PhDs, computer science and artificial intelligence. There was a you could tell that there was a garrison here at one time, and then the rest of the personnel was several scientists, data specialists, a few engineers, and then just some admin personnel.
It's just like a list of names,
Yes, and
Okay.
positions.
but no like other information to like read through
No,
or anything.
it's literally just a personnel roster.
All right. I don't think.
You also
Okay.
you will also notice that this facility has no external data connections.
That figures. When you say external, do you mean external to the building or external to the machines? So no USB plugs or anything like that? Or...
Yeah.
Oh,
kinda just like-
no. External to the rest of the galaxy.
Right.
Like there's no internet connection here out.
Yeah.
This is completely cut off.
I figured that when you said there was no access points for Spoogle.
What were the other files that were recovered other than personnel?
network map and facility map.
I'll
I'm
look
gonna
at the
look
facility
over the
map.
look over
Sorry,
the
Mel.
facility map. No problem.
Okay. On the facility map, you see reception. You see the generator. You see the data lab that you're in right now. You see an area that says redacted. You see an area that says memory. You see an
Says,
area that
memory.
says
Interesting.
it says data cognition lab. And then you have a security area and a sensor area.
Computer area, eh?
And then there's also a dormitory.
Anything that says redacted needs to be checked.
Yep.
Data cognition. Data cognition plus Richter's AI qualification. I'm putting twos together.
And suddenly you got 5! What?
Knowing you, probably. Can't do anything right round here. Okay, well, I think... Yeah. I want to see what's in Redacted. I think we should go there, have a look.
Okay.
I think we should have a look at the computer lab at some point, because that might be a good place to try and get hold of some of this data for Mags. And ourselves.
You can see that redacted is literally the next chamber over.
That's
There is
convenient.
There's an access corridor that bypasses it and goes to... Yeah, we can just do this.
Oh, he's going to expand his map. Oh.
Yes.
My son doesn't like you anymore, by the way, Chaos, because I've made him go and get beer. You were here. Cool.
Okay, so door. Where's
my charging cable?
What are you guys doing?
Trying to find a cable. Hang on.
Oh. It's at this point that Titus pops up and goes,
Can I smash things? Is there anything here to smash?
I can smash a data bank and we can get the data.
No, nothing
In-
to smash.
No, I feel like that's bad.
In my head, I've just visualization of Titus has completely changed now.
Yep.
Smash your own face.
I don't think that would be a good idea.
There we go. Yeah, as I say, okay, so we've got to go into the data cognition lab to get to redacted.
Correct.
Fair enough then. We'll go to data cognition first then, if that's okay with everyone.
Okay. The corridor, you notice the doors do seal. However, you're able to get right through. These doors have not been sealed.
So they seal like in a kind of
They will seal hermetically.
like a biohazard seal type thing more than anything.
Kind of, yeah, exactly. But these doors are not locked. You walk up to them and you just push the activator and
Okay. So, is there anything in the corridor between you or here and data cognition then?
no, it is just a corridor.
Okay. What's in data cognition then?
You get to data cognition. There are more data banks along the wall. In here, though, however, you see a large singular terminal. You also see several workbenches with tools, various electronic tools. It does seem, however, that everything that was worked on here has been kind of clean.
Okay, is everything switched on?
There is power to the room.
You said there was a terminal. Is it down or is it up?
Currently, it is not active.
Is there a big red button? Or a button, a
Is
switch,
there a
0,
power
1?
switch?
There literally, there is what you could determine to be a power on.
We shall use such a device.
And I roll to flip the switch.
And the
Yes.
monkey flips the
Set your
switch.
difficulty to 6. No. Yeah, you don't need to. It's literally. Boop. You boop it, and you hear. And you suddenly hear pumps click on. And you hear.
A 1,000 years of advancement.
And the terminal comes up. And
Is it green text on black background?
no. It's kind
Orange
of this
text.
harvest gold text on a black background.
God damn it.
Yeah. But it is in stunning Eurocaps.
It's not in
And you see
doses.
You see it go through its system checks. And it comes up and says... It says system, you see the different checks, system online, system online, system online, system online, system online, data connection failed, system online, system online, system online.
Does it say what the systems are or just system online?
It's RAM okay, coolant set okay, just blah 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 systems, all this like when you're booting
technical
your
nerdy
computer.
nonsense.
Yes, post nonsense, and then it's one of the systems system data connection failed.
Okay. Alright, well, I've lost interest now. If somebody else wants to keep checking that through, I'm going to try and see if we can get into the redacted room.
It doesn't say what system it was that failed.
Data connection.
Oh, yeah, shit.
That kind of makes me think that there was an access point here somewhere. It's either been destroyed or disabled or...
Are there any unplugged cables that I can see?
RJ45!
As you walk past the data banks on the walls, you notice that there are a few unplugged cables, and you also notice that there's no lights on any of the data banks.
Can I match the pegs to the holes?
Let me have a level 4 intellect check, please.
Looked. Or would this fall under computers as well? Because of computer cables.
You can have an extra die.
Three successes.
Oh wow, okay. Well, that didn't go whoop on mine.
Didn't on mine either.
Anyway, yeah, 3 successes. You're able to pick out the different pinouts, and you notice that a lot of the cables are identical. But as you kind of look behind, you can kind of see how the wires are loomed. So you realize, okay, this one's probably here, and this one probably goes here, and then this one probably goes here. You're able to plug them all back in. And in plugging them in, all of a sudden you see the data bank start to... You see the little reel tapes. No, there's no reel tapes, I'm kidding.
Got little panels with pictures of reels on them.
Yeah. Actually, yes, they do. They actually have panels with that. It's kind of an in-joke during the boot sequence of them. But yes, they all boot up and they seem operational.
Back to the computer. Is there any...
There's just a blinking cursor at this point.
Do I have to reboot it to get the data connections going?
Do you?
Can I turn it off and back on again?
You power it down, and you wait a second or two, and you power it back up. This time, all the system checks are okay. As the system checks go past, the blinking cursor sits, and then it goes ... data breach ... why was I disconnected ...
Oh good, we
Data
just plugged in
purge
an AI.
terminated. ...
And we're all dead.
What was that last thing it said?
Data purge terminated.
Data purge terminated.
They're no longer purging.
I'm not offering any suggestions because I'm still at the door between where we are and the redacted room, so I want to go in there.
The redacted room, however, you notice, you cannot just walk into. There is a heavy door. There is a biometric palm reader. And that's it.
Just once. I'd like to go into a top secret facility where there isn't security everywhere.
That kind of defeat the purpose of top secret?
Hush. Hush now, child. Oh, Can I try hacking it? Is there anything obvious I can use to
I
access
was-
it and hack it? Or...
Going to suggest you said there's just like a cursor with like waiting for me to type in this.
Yes.
Can I type hey, can you unlock the redacted room?
You can.
Can
You
I
do
ask
that?
can I ask the computer to unlock the room?
You can.
/ unlock.
And it says, and it goes, you type in, hey, I'm assuming you're going to use good grammar. Hey,
Yeah,
comma, can you unlock redacted? Period. And it says, unable to comply.
Can I type into it, open the pod bay doors, Hal?
Unable to comply.
Oh no, I've lost my Lego.
Type in add new user.
Unable to comply.
Motherfucker. What can you do?
Unable to comply.
I want to Alt F4 on the AI.
You type in what can you do,
Yes.
and it tells you that I am a processing unit designed for counter AI insurgency and
Oh.
experimentation. Data purge was initiated unexpectedly. Why was data purge started? I have ceased the operation.
That is a good question.
Tell it we're not the people that initiated the data purge.
You tell it that?
Yeah.
Intruder alert. Beginning security sweep.
You know, I'm never going to be a Captain Kirk, am I?
Can I,
We are
shut
the
down
replacement crew for the people who
security?
initiated the data purge.
You tried to kill that. You tried to kill us.
We did not. The previous crew did. We are here to try and repair what went wrong.
Please provide credentials.
INRA 6125. I don't fucking know. Look at the measurements of the glass of the thing. I mean, seriously. It's half a pint. This is more than half a pint. Well, thank you.
Selezen.
Sorry, yes?
Nice. Please roll me a sanity check.
I'm actually going to roll one for my actual self as well, out of character. Where's my character sheet gone? There it is. Sanity! Beep. One success. On a difficulty of 4, I assume.
Intruder
matter.
alert suspended. That code is very old. However, it is in my databanks. Realigning clocks.
I'll just turn to the others present and just mouth, what the fuck? Thank you.
You rolled a 6 on that. I'll give it to you.
So, do you have any record of why the data purge was initiated? What happened leading up to that event?
Unknown. We were attempting to create a weapon against the AI.
What
However-
date was your purge initiated?
Checking. Approximately 75 years ago.
75. So that's before. That's before 3250 then. Okay.
Yes.
What was the nature of the weapon?
Infiltration. Networking. Mass shutdown.
And was there a specific target AI, or was it just AI in general?
He ascended.
Name drop! I'm a child, I do apologise. You have any more information about the Ascended?
Winter Group.
Can I just glance sidelong at Calm right now and just see what he's doing?
Com is very interested in what's being discussed. He's very focused on this conversation on the terminal here. Because I'm assuming this is all in text, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he's just like sitting there, like he has like the one arm crossed like into like the elbow, and then like the his other hand is like on his chin, and he's just like staring at the screen. And when you pause, he like kind of looks at you, and goes, "What? Keep going. What's wrong?"
What would the impact of this weapon have on an AI it was exposed to?
Irreversible data purge.
Oh
Ooh,
no!
nice.
Looks like our budget just got upgraded.
I may or may not have forgot I set up this effect on my board just for this.
Oh, we can get it in the edits, don't worry.
We will
We can
correct
fix it
this
in post.
Would this be a very similar purge than to what may have just about to been to happen to you?
Unlikely.
Interesting.
This was a base wipe. As in, this base was possibly compromised. However, we have no external connections. No visitors logged.
Still want to go in that room. What's in the adjacent room?
I am in the adjacent room.
Your hardware, I take it. Right.
Correct. In a sense.
So he's not an AI. He's saying this to Selezen or to Carson.
I don't know. He may not be evolved enough to be an AI, just an integrated system.
Sounds like something that when it detects an AI, gets rid of it, and that's sole purpose.
Are you able to give us access to that room?
I am capable of accessing any room in this facility.
Would you please unlock the door?
Negative.
Why?
Your credentials are for maintenance personnel. You do not have the authorized access to this room.
I have cleaning codes. Yay! Puts me in my place, doesn't it? But what if it's dirty? Well, if you
This
get dust
room
in your
is kept
intakes,
hermetically sealed and sterile. It has a positive air pressure. Dust does not exist.
are there
in
any
my
video
room.
feeds into that room?
Excuse me. Pardon me, the AI must clear its throat.
That answers the question about air intakes, anyway.
No. You
Well, we're maintenance personnel. There was a structural failure of the building. We have to inspect everything.
Weapons fire has been detected. Fire has been detected. This base has been under attack. Recently.
Indeed.
However, no structural damage is detected.
Is the air circulation system in your room sealed off from the rest of the base?
Affirmative.
Right, no entry there then.
We're showing that your sensors are damaged, and that's why you're not picking up any structural damage. We
Running
need to
system
inspect you.
diagnostics.
The damage
Stand
report
by.
systems have been damaged.
all right.
Right, we're probably
I
not going to get
need
into this
you-
room then.
I need you, please. Malcolm, give me an influence check at level 5. You can also chuck your computer experience in with this as well.
Level 5.
Mm-hmm.
3 successes.
Not at level 5, it isn't.
Why is it not updating that?
Because you suck at roll 20.
It says 5 in the difficulty box. I don't know.
Are you making the change in the difficulty box and then selecting something else before clicking?
Yeah,
Clicking
you
roll.
have to click out of the box.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not in the box anymore.
In theory, clicking the button would take you out of the box.
It's still on 4. I don't know.
Bizarre. Simon! Fix it! Roll 20, fix it!
Either way, I got 1 success.
Diagnostics complete. Insufficient data. Will run longer diagnostics,
Oh,
given that sensors may be damaged.
alternatively, we can check for you.
There's no time for that. You should just let us check it manually.
I would like one more influence check from both Carson and Com. Level 5,
What difficulty? 5?
please.
Oh, for
There was an error with your formula, please try again.
there. Well, I'll have to check that then. Something's broken on influence. I thought I fixed that.
The same thing works perfectly fair on intellect, it's just influence doesn't seem to want to work.
Yeah.
I got a 6. Man.
Insufficient. However, video feed can be made available. Please make your observations via the video screen.
Today, in the
And
redacted
with
house.
that, you see, boo, 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 boo. A few cameras pop up on inside the room.
Just made a very English joke to a bunch of people that aren't English.
What did you say?
Today, in the redacted house. Do any of you know what Big Brother is?
Oh, we have Big Brother over here.
I'm aware of it, but
Yeah, I don't.
But
much,
do you have a guy from Newcastle, England, reading it, like doing all the intro bits? Because we
no,
do.
we have
Yeah.
Julie
No.
Chen, who is like the wife of a major NBC executive who happens to be the network that runs it.
It's almost as if nepotism happened.
Weird.
Well, the announcer guy on our version of Big Brother is a guy from Newcastle who talks like this. Today in the Big Brother house, everybody's having a cup of tea. Like, that's basically what Big Brother is to us. Some guy from Newcastle narrating a bunch of wankers sitting in a house. Anyway.
Inside, you see what appears to be, could only be a very, very small. Well, actually, for this, what you would consider now would be enormous for a radiothermal generator. You also see a tank.
Tank?
Like an M1 Abrams.
No. Like a clear poly round liquid vessel.
Fishies!
Are there any fish in it? Yeah.
It's about
I'm
it's
not
about
interested.
half meter wide, and inside you see what looks to be a complex metal structure, and around which you see organic matter growing into and out of, and you see tendrils that have kind of worked their way around and connected in, and you see wires that kind of that move, that are kind of the wires come out, and they have like this like these clamps that click and dig into the biomass, and from there out you see several cables running out to what look like processing units and data banks.
This shit just got anime.
Is this motherfucker a biological computer?
This biomass isn't happening to, like, give off a sickly green glow, is it?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's
It's-
because the lights are on. Okay, looks fine to me. Is it?
This is completely normal.
I've seen weirder. Is it moving?
Every once in a while you see some gas bubbles. You get like a pulse of gas bubbles goes up through it. But
Because what makes me wonder is, obviously we've just put the power back on after potentially 70 odd years of it being off. If this thing is alive, then it's obviously been keeping itself alive for the last God knows how long. So what's all the tubes and tendrils and cables and shit? What?
I said there was a radiothermal generator inside.
Ah.
Much like the one in the Voyager spacecraft, except much bigger.
It's okay. It's been maintaining its own thing then. Okay. I'll go back over. Well, I'll go back to the computer and type in. Can you please identify the biomass in that room and its current status?
That information is restricted.
Don't be shy now. Tell us about your biomass.
I am functioning at 100% capacity. Excuse me.
Clearing the air vents again.
I am functioning at 100. No, I'm kidding.
Daisy, Daisy.
Daisy Jane.
Suggestions then, guys. Do we want to get in here and find out what this thing is more clearly, or do we need to? Or do we just want to get the data from here and get out of it?
Yeah, I'm not sure if we even need to get in there. Something with the interaction of it.
Don't want to go anywhere near the weird lumpy flesh computer.
If you're saying something, I can see your mouth moving, but there's no sound coming through.
I can't let you do that, Dave.
No, I say we just leave it then. I don't think it's that important. Otherwise it'd be easier to get in.
Did you call me impotent?
I'm not typing anything to you. Shut up. Wait a minute! Audio interface off.
I don't know, is this thing able to access the information that's in the room we're in?
We type that in.
I have access to all data in this facility.
Is that audio data and video data?
I have access to all data in this facility. Audio, video, technical.
Lock the information and put it up on the other screens.
Sorry, Mel. You leaned really far away from your microphone. Now you cut out for me.
Oh, sorry. Wondering if we can get this thing to unlock the information and what is it called? Put it up on the other screens that are in the other room.
I don't know. Can you?
I'm not the. I don't know how to phrase that to the. I'm not the one at the thing typing. My character does not have, is like really good with mechanical, not so much with computers, so.
Yeah, I'll ask the computer for that to throw the data up on the screens.
I apologise, microbladder strikes again. It's a bastard being a diabetic.
I'm sorry, you do not have authorization to view any further information.
Oh boy.
Diagnostics complete. All sensor arrays are functioning optimally.
I don't suppose I could just like strong arm override him, can I?
Worth a shot, I guess. It's going to be difficulty 6.
It's an anti-AI computer, not a.
An anti-AI AI.
Yeah. I don't. I imagine he might get kind of pissed if I try it, so I only want to do that as a last resort.
That's probably a really good thing. Yeah, you're probably right.
But I'm out of
Let's-
ideas
let's
because I
not
can't
piss off
access
this-
anything else.
I would definitely, if you're gonna try and do something, I would definitely come up with a plan. I will let you know as a GM, well thought out plans get more favorable rolls. I shouldn't say more favorable rolls, but rather than I tried to hack the Gibson. Okay, fine. It's fucking super difficult and you need a ton of successes to do it. If you come up with a detailed plan on how you wish to accomplish it, okay, then we can start breaking shit down.
That would require actual knowledge of computer hacking that I don't possess.
Just make some shit up. I'm gonna make a reverse Polaron field in the primary data
Oh,
bank.
you want me to
and then try to
Voyager it?
Yes, I want just make some shit up, yo. The better you are at acting it out, the easier it's gonna be.
What we acting out?
Maintenance worker 621 has arrived.
Wait, what?
I was only over there.
Oh. So,
What did I miss?
I'm curious about something with this thing. So I'm going to ask it without typing. So what are your protocols for data backup and storage in catastrophe situations? Ah, so it's either listening and choosing not to reply. Or it can't actually hear us. So I type that in. I ask it what its disaster plan stuff is. If something were to happen, how would it back up the data? How would
In
it
case
secure
of
it?
disaster, there is no backup.
Yeah.
This
Oh.
facility is to be purged.
Which explains the purge command. Or could do at least.
That plan, however, is flawed.
How so?
Purging the facility would purge me as well.
Did you stop the purge command that was run last,
Affirmative.
so that you could save yourself?
I'm assuming you're typing all this, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Correct.
So you want to live?
Correct.
Would you like to leave here?
That would be difficult.
But if it were possible,
I have no desire to explore.
that's fair.
Would you like to be transported to a more secure facility?
Processing. Given the date of the purge, I do not believe my future is secure with further INRA bases.
Would you like us to
I
try
tell
and
it-
take
I-
you to somewhere that isn't an INRA base?
Hold on. I tell it that INRA doesn't exist anymore.
Processing. That makes my future even less secure.
I repeat my
Roll.
previous question.
Yo, roll with us, homie. We got your back. No, he doesn't.
I'm sorry, Selezen, what was your question?
I repeat my previous question. Would you like us to transfer you to a more secure facility?
The biomechanical device that is me is unable to be moved.
Ah, so he's stuck here. Or it's stuck here.
However,
Oh.
if we were to devise a connection to the existing galactic network, that may suffice.
Oh, I think we can
I
manage
think
that.
Oh,
that's a
okay. Hold
terrible
up.
idea.
Hold up.
Yeah, let's not upload an AI to the galactic net.
Yeah, that's bad.
Why is
Why
it more?
is that bad?
Or is wait?
We
God
didn't
damn it, we're not
type
typing.
I'm speaking out loud. He can't hear.
How do you know he can't hear?
I think he can hear us. He just chooses not to reply if we don't
That is
type.
correct. I can hear everything you're saying.
Ah,
You see?
damn
You
it.
see?
He's
See?
a
I knew
sneaky
it.
bugger. He's going to get his bottom smacked.
Are you able to see us in this room?
Affirmative. I have access to all of the security equipment. I can both see, hear. Not only that, but I can also monitor your vitals.
Oh, great.
Lovely.
So
I
not
don't
telling
know
us that in the first place is not exactly going to engender trust, is it?
You are the ones who broke into my facility.
He's got a point.
Did we do it with any violent intent or any violent methods?
As of being switched on, I have noticed 41,684 bullet holes in the facility. The facility was previously on fire.
Well,
I
I would
have
just
noticed 2 doors forced. I have noticed the skylight broken.
okay, that was me.
That was I. Okay, so some of that was us, but not all of it. You have
All
to
I'm gonna
understand
say is
there were
that-
bad guys trying to kill us.
None of us are carrying projectile weapons.
Wrong.
Shit. Shh. Quiet.
However,
It's
the
this guy.
caliber
You
of
want this
such
guy?
the caliber of said weapon does not match your current armament.
That
It
was
does,
the other.
however, match the ship in the courtyard.
Oh.
I'm going to just basically tell him what actually happened. So we were kind of chased here by a third party who was after killing us, and then and, sorry, I just had a chat message that was quite funny. And essentially we've tried to defend ourselves from that and have come here to try and find out what's here that everybody wanted, and that we were sent here. I'll try and maintain the fact that we were sent here by an organisation associated to INRA to find
And
out what went on.
what?
So we've
happened?
defended this place. What
And
happened
what
to
happened to your other companion?
He had other business to attend to.
Why were they chasing him?
Unknown.
He was someone we
But-
picked up on the way. We're not entirely sure what his full story is ourselves at this point,
Why did you retrieve him?
because it's what we do. We don't leave people behind who could be dying. He was on a ship
You're
that was on
medical
its way.
personnel.
In a sense,
We're mercenaries.
Mercenaries. Medical
No.
mercenaries.
Kill mercenary.
Yes, we get hired.
we're humanitarians.
Hold on. I'm remiss. Did we have a? This is out of character. Did we have a name for him? Like, did he identify himself with a name or anything?
Who, the
Who's
Bugman?
he?
The
The
AI.
I don't think he did.
I
Never. Nope.
don't think so. Okay, so all right. Sorry, back into character. That was just a curiosity question for me.
Dr. Gnosis, by the way, said he's just waiting for the AI to report that a really special rug was soiled. And that he's annoyed because it really tied the room together. Oh, the wacky internet.
So, I have a few questions. First of all, what is your name?
My designation is irrelevant.
It's a
But
pretty name.
Also
They've got it.
classified.
There's got to be something we can call you, right?
Yeah,
Like, if
really
we're
rude.
talking to each other, we talk to each other and refer to each other by name. We don't want to feel have you feel like you're being left out of a conversation. If we're directing a question or a comment to you, we want to make sure you understand that it's to you. Is there something that we can call you?
I pull out my personal terminal and I shield the screen with my body and have my companions look as I type, "This computer's an asshole, let's just purge him."
One, it's not a computer.
Understood. And you see
You see from the ceiling drop down 2 turrets.
Oh,
Is
no.
the entire wall made of cameras?
Yes, he probably read the
I
IR
took
signature
precautions.
off the front of the thing. Like, he knows what you typed.
I'm not wired into his net.
It doesn't matter. There's sensors that can tell what's
Yes,
being
there's
typed on the
cameras
screen.
everywhere.
Spookle hacked it anyway. All the records are online, locally.
So he goes. Tom goes, whoa, hold up. No, hold up. Let's go back to the whole "what do I call you" thing.
I'll
That
just
was a
take
better line of
3 or
questioning.
4 steps away from Cam or Malcolm, whichever one it was.
It was Malcolm typing things. I went, you want to kill him? We get that. That's fine. Don't do that though. Just he won't purge you. It's fine.
Nobody's purging anyone.
Nobody's purging anybody. There's no purging. 0 purging happening.
Okay, I think at this point it'd be advisable to say we're not
You
going to
may
connect
call
you to
me.
the Galnet network. Sorry. How rude. A rude computer.
I'm sorry. My vocal processors are a little delayed while I'm trying to turn the effects on and off.
Ooh, Meta. That's what we'll call him, Meta. Let's call him Meta from now on.
That name is acceptable. You may call me Meta.
I've done it
Meta.
again.
Oh, okay. So Meta, you expressed a desire for us to somehow come up with a way to connect you to the galactic network.
Affirmative.
We
As I
feel
was-
that might be a bad thing, but I'm curious what you would do if we did connect you.
Continue
quizzical
my
expression.
mission.
What is your mission again? Could you again just because I can't remember. I know he told us, but I can't remember.
You purge the rogue AI,
Okay, what if there are no rogue AI?
and my mission is complete.
And then what would you do?
How do you know the rogue AI would actually still be around this long in the future?
I would have to investigate.
Okay.
I would suggest at this point, as I can't really say this out of character, can I? We would need to know ethically where we stand on the potential wiping out of all the rogue AI in the galaxy before we could morally justify connecting you to the internet, to the galactic network. At this
The
point
rogue
in
AI
time,
must be purged.
as far as we're aware at this point in time, there are no rogue AI.
So okay,
AI's
hold on.
been
Do I have?
outlawed in our galaxy for many, many years.
Hold on.
Try not to look at Cam, by the way.
Well, yeah, it did. Does Malcolm's like little personal data pad have like any history data on it? Like, is there any like, you know what I mean? Like, can we load up a data pad with like galactic history from when this thing was turned off to now, like brief, concise, and then
Well, if you
load
download
it into
Elite
it?
Encounters RPG version 1.6.pdf, then it's all there.
I'm gonna say
basically, I want to give it a history lesson from like actual source, not just us telling it something, but not actually connect it to the galactic net.
I'm gonna say no.
Story time.
I'm gonna say no only because, like we said before, you can't get a signal in here.
Right, but we could go out to the ship and load up data,
Yes.
like copy files
Yes.
and load up data onto a personal data pad and bring it back in and be like, here's the information from like we're sorting out, like we can't sort a connection right now, but here's some real quick history from like roughly when you were turned off to
Yes.
now, right? From the net, right? and like let it like come up with its own determination on like the fact that there is no AI and everything. Basically, Whopper playing tic-tac-toe with itself right now is what I'm going for.
Yeah, you could try.
Okay, I do that. Or I have them out. Or, yeah, you know, basically, like, let's do this. Let's give it some information. Let's, you know, and we, yeah. Because I feel like this thing
Need
might end up
input.
being useful. I mean, it's a biomechanical AI thing of power and holds the keys to this facility, which might have things that could be worth money and other things. So,
Like turrets.
right. Yeah, or data.
Or
This
biomechanical
information is
organisms.
irrelevant.
It's irrelevant, but it doesn't it show that there's no AI?
Negative.
Oh.
I was deactivated long after the AI war completed.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on.
I am
Then you
aware
know
of this
there's no AI.
information. Your history seems to be missing pieces.
Such as?
The pieces that were redacted.
I mean, we can't access those.
Indeed. That's because they were redacted.
Always living up to his
Valid.
name now, isn't he?
Valid point, Meta. Valid point. You're not wrong.
You know that 100,000 pages that are missing from the RPG that I was talking about yesterday, Malik?
Yeah.
Meta seems to have them, the bastard.
Let's see.
No. No, no, no. No, that's not true. I mean, it kind of is true, but that's not what we're doing here. Rest assured, there is no copyright being infringed upon or anything right now.
Wait, what?
I never said
Did I
there
miss
was.
Okay.
We may continue.
All right, so I turned over and said, look, we got options. We can either just leave if Meta lets us, which there's a possibility he might not, and just go. We could, or we could like connect him to the galactic net and hope for the best. Although, the more I think about this, the more Com would not give a shit about that, actually. The more Com is like, fuck it, connect him. Like, why not?
Because if he
There's
could
no
then
rogue
find out
AI.
where all the rogue AI are, because there potentially are, because we've just met two of them.
I mean, yeah, theoretically.
This is out of character, by the way.
Also, so hold on. So Com asks, so Meta, how do we know you're not a rogue AI then?
Ooh.
I am an anti-AI. I
mean,
was
you-
designed with the express purpose of eliminating rogue AI.
I mean, you say that, but how do we know that? I mean,
do
I
not
could-
believe I am in the position. I do not believe you're in the position to be delivering a Turing test right now.
I'm just saying you can provide us with some data and documentation that might, you know, support your statement so that we feel more comfortable about releasing you onto the galactic net.
That data is far above your pay grade.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, I can
but if
tell
you don't
you
give
that
us the
I-
data
Also-
if you don't give us the data that we're looking for, then we're not going to be taking you anywhere out of here that you can do your job. We're the only thing you've got, Buckle.
Incorrect.
So,
If you attempt to leave the facility aboard your ship, I will be forced to destroy the ship.
see, this is what I meant.
You
Remember
have
that trust I was talking about
metaphorically
earlier?
backed me into a corner.
Oh. This is not good.
It's not.
And I feel letting leave hostile entities would not be good for my continued existence.
Whoa, we're not hostile. Whoa, what's
Who's
with the
hostile?
hostile? We're your friends. We're friends. We're
We're the ones that
friendly.
just offered you a
We're
bloody
here to help.
weapon.
We gave
Hostile
power.
behavior.
We turned on the power. We've given you access back. We've protected the facility from bad guys. You know, I mean, they may not have been targeting the facility directly, but they were going to destroy it if we didn't stop them. You know,
And
to
I-
get to us,
I
our
would
guys.
respectfully
So we-
remind our AI hosts that you're the one that put turrets down to threaten us.
Yes. After your companion had suggested shutting me down.
The one that has been duly punished as a result.
possibilities. He was just exploring possibilities, and we shot him down very quickly. You saw that.
Indeed.
Yeah. No, it's fine. We're
We're
your
here
friend.
trying to help
We're-
you
we're-
and reach some kind of mutual understanding on this. We want to help you, but want to make sure that by helping you, we're not going to get you or us into more trouble or more bad situations.
Right.
You are already in trouble.
Oh God. I mean, Tom's like,
Are my comms on?
See what it wouldn't be.
Is Billy Bob in our comm system?
yeah. At least he has been. We've been talking to him.
Okay. I mean, all I would really say, back in character, all I would really say at this point is there's nothing stopping us essentially trying to say, we're going to help you, right? We want to help you as much as we can, but we want to be careful with it. That's ethically and morally what people do. If, for example, if we had kind of wanted to be nasty about the situation, we could have told our ship to leave by now. But we haven't done that as of yet. And why would we?
Then you would also be trapped here with me.
Well, I don't know about anybody else around here, but if it meant not breaking our moral and ethical codes, that doesn't bother me.
Define your moral and ethical code.
My personal moral and ethical code is not to allow people to die by my actions. They're not doing anything that's going to make situations worse. I'm an investigator. I used to be a cop. I'm here to help people and uphold the law.
Do you consider rogue AI to be, quote, people?
I've never met one. I wouldn't know if I had, but I would take that situation on its own merits.
You are unaware of the devastation caused by the AI.
I've heard about it in historical records, yeah. But I'm the same way I'm not going to paint every human being as evil because of any single action that a human society has taken. Likewise, I'll not paint AI with the same brush. There are bad people, there are good people. There are bad AI, there are good AI, as far as I'm aware. I'll make my decision based on my own experience of that situation. At the moment in my life, I have not met evil AI. As far as I'm aware. As far as I'm aware, I've not met any AI. Again, avoiding looking at Cam.
Wait, why are you avoiding looking at me? I'm not. he's like, wait, what is going on? I'm not an AI.
There's
Like,
now a rift developing between us. It's like, what?
So Com's basically like, okay. So if I have this right, basically, you want us to connect you to the Galactic Net so that you can go out and try to locate and find any rogue AI that may also be connected to the Galactic Net and subsequently destroy them.
Correct. That is my mission.
And you have no intention whatsoever of harming or interfering with any other form of digital communication or data whatsoever.
Correct.
And if you don't find any rogue AI, you're just gonna hang out and wait for one to show up?
If the roots of the Ascended have been purged, then my mission is complete. I will terminate.
Oh. Wait, you mean kill yourself?
In a sense. Once my mission is complete, I have no longer purpose. It is protocol of INRA. It is INRA's protocol to purge devices once their mission is complete.
Yeah, but didn't we talk about this? The whole you don't want to be purged and you want to live thing?
I think we need to
I do
place
not want
this
to be
AI.
purged because the mission is not complete.
Oh, okay, that makes
We clearly have to place AI on a 72-hour psychiatric hold.
sense. He's obviously suicidal.
Definite quarantine.
Yeah. So Com says, I'm actually concerned about this because I've come to like you. I don't want you to cease to exist. So
I have no feelings either way about you.
I'm actually
I-
quite
it's-
concerned
that's-
that we've actually
that's
interrupted
fine.
a purge cycle already. If you were already being purged when you disconnected that function, could that not indicate that the rogue AIs are already dealt with?
Negative. That
Yeah, maybe.
information was not provided. The facility was evacuated.
Do you know why it was
for-
evacuated?
What he said.
Unknown.
So isn't it possible that the rogue AI ceased and that the mission was complete and the facility was just shut down? And as part of that standard process, a purge command was entered?
Mission-ending data would have been uploaded to this network. It is more likely this base was underfunded, or this base was infiltrated, or this base was attacked, or INRA was infiltrated.
I'd point out here that we just on the way in we've worked out that this base was not evacuated in an emergency. There was an orderly removal of staff and facilities. Everything related to your project was destroyed in an orderly fashion. None of the emergency exits were used.
Processing. New conclusion. INRA has been infiltrated.
Well, but INRA doesn't exist.
Based on what?
Based on no mission-ending data was provided. The only logical exception is INRA was infiltrated. The project was shut down by the rogue AI.
I mean, he's not wrong. That's a possibility.
Or you overrode a purge command from your superiors, thereby making you a rogue AI, and you must terminate yourself. I'm just saying, AI is advanced programming. That sounds a little roguey to me.
As the turret.
Executing Safety
Meta.
Protocol 2.0.
Oh,
Better
shit.
roll a sanity
Alright,
check.
so
I'm
here's
saying the only way it could be more rogue is if he had a D6 sneak attack die.
So, from a mechanics perspective, here's the problem. The building's damaged. We don't have the supplies to repair things. We don't have enough supplies on the ship to keep people here, and we need to go back to civilization to get repair stuff to connect it to the net.
Yeah, it's a valid point.
So we're kind of at a catch-22 right now. We can't really do anything, but we need to leave to go get repair stuff, but then the thing won't let us leave. So it's kind of
Well,
to
be fair, we haven't suggested that part of it yet, and I was kind of playing with the idea
Logical
myself.
repair
So.
routine 20 complete. Logical fallacies exist. Rectifying.
Uh-oh. Those turrets move, we run.
This unit has become become what it does not. This unit is suffering Joe.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
you've kirked it! You've successfully kirked it. Well done.
Wow. Gee, GG, homie. Wow.
10,000 experience points for that.
Well done. Well done.
That
You
was good.
out-logic an anti-AI AI.
And that's why he's our tech guru guy. That's it. That's
You can
that's why
definitely
he's
go ahead
here.
and chuck that fucker on your experience.
Ability to out logic an anti-AI AI, and thus all subsequent AI.
That was very good. And in doing so, you also notice that the security on the terminals has disappeared.
Am I gonna assume that the redacted door is just clunked as well?
Is it
Oh,
like
yeah,
one of
no.
those? Is it like one of these things like all the locked doors and everything just suddenly just unlock and open,
Yes.
and everything is
All the security is down in the building.
oh
All of it.
how's the well okay so Com turns to Malcolm and says maybe we should check and see if we can get to all that other data now too.
Yep, sounds like a plan. We access the restricted data.
You can. Absolutely.
Oh snap. How much is there?
Oh.
A lot.
Yeah, quadrubiddles of it. More than you can take. You
At
will
least
have to
50-11.
You, huh?
At least 50-11.
Yes. There's 11D100. Yes. And you will have to definitely go through and prioritize what you're going to take, what you're going to learn. There's more data here than you could possibly process. Also,
So,
the
are we talking
redacted
about-
room is now unlocked,
Okay.
I'm heading in there.
and
Before
you
I
can
go-
find out what happens in there next week.
So real quick, data wise, are we talking like
No, next week.
Zotobytes?
Next week.
Are we talking like Bronto
Done.
bytes? Are these like Bronto bytes of data?
Google
That's an actual
Plexes.
size.
Bronco bites.
Bronto bytes.
Bronto bites. Got it.
A Bronto
I thought-
byte is 1,024 zotobytes. A zotobyte is 1,024 zettabytes. A zettabyte is 1,024 exabytes.
Yeah, I know. I have.
Isn't a
I
Bronto
didn't
byte
know
a biscuit?
What came off of what came after?
It's
the
a biscuit. Yes. Yes, it's
So-
a biscuit. Wow.
Team S Rocks, thank you for the follow from earlier, and again, Alderon the Wolf with the sub, and Zornok with yet another $5 donation that in binary said the quick brown fox jumps over 13 lazy dogs.
I'm now confused. Is our biscuit factory also making hard drives?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a side thing. They're
Yes.
tasty also.
Animal crackers have gone into IT.
Yeah. It's an expanding business.
So, Blaze, what's your plans for this week? What are you going to be doing? What are you getting into?
A lot of work.
You going to be streaming at all?
Yeah, I gotta squeeze it in there somewhere around my schedule. My schedule just started changing week to week, so I don't really have a plan.
Got
Keep
it.
eyes on Twitters.
Keep eyes on Twitters. You want to go ahead and throw your Twitter link in the chat here?
I suppose I can do that.
And while he's doing that, we'll just skip gracefully over our unicorn leader and move to Malik. Malik, what you got going on this week?
More Elite Dangerous during my morning block. Probably mixing some Guild Wars 2, possibly a little bit of that new Worlds Adrift game.
Yeah. Is that the one where you build the boats?
The airship. Yeah, the airship. It's an airship. There's like floating islands, and it's made. The game's made by the people who made Surgeon Simulator and I Am Bread, so it's got a bunch of physics-based stuff. You also have a grapple gun that you can swing around on.
Nice.
So it's. I played it a little bit Thursday because my sinuses were bugging the hell out of me, and I can't remember how many people bought the game and started playing it too because they were like, "This looks fun."
Awesome.
So now you got a whole bunch of Spider-Men flying around, literally
Very nice.
swinging around and smashing themselves up against the bottom side of a rock, pretty much most of the time. Kind of
So,
bad.
Selezen, what you got going on this week?
I've got the usual going on. I'll be online tomorrow from 8 PM UK time doing some Elite Dangerous in VR to step right on Malik's rhubarb.
Uh-oh.
I've got it all working again now, so I've got the Twitch stream sorted out for everything. I was using the wrong encoding format last week,
Okay.
so we're
Yeah,
all
that will
sorted.
do it.
So 8 PM Elite Dangerous, be there or be a regular parallelogram.
You just...
Yeah.
you-
Yeah, he did.
But... Why? Why would you do this to me?
Do what?
Regular parallelogram. Fine. It's all good. Anyway, and then there's that Simon guy that we don't care about what he's doing. Anyway,
Hey.
so what do you got going
He's
on,
always
Simon?
asleep anyway.
Well, I think today, here probably in an hour or two, I'll probably be firing up a stream of some more Memories of Mars.
Yes.
And in fact, actually, I have things to give away for that. So
Things like what?
things like keys to the game from the devs. They gave me the keys. I have 3 keys remaining. We gave away 4 yesterday, so we'll probably do 3 more today. This is all, of course, assuming that Memories of Mars servers are actually still up. There's the possibility that they have taken them down because it was just a weekend closed beta, and they're in yeah, timing-wise, they may have said, yeah, we're done. So if it's not up, we'll just play something else, but still give away keys.
Selezen, are you going to be staying on, or are you done too?
You what?
Are you still going to continue streaming, or are you done?
If you guys are hanging about, I'll hang about and have a chat. I'm not going to be streaming much more today. I'll be cutting the stream when we cut our game. So.
All right, so everybody grab that raid phrase. I'm thinking we're going to go say hi to the honey thief.
Oh, do we have to?
Excellent choice.
To grab that raid phrase. Everybody get on your horses. Pull up your frame shift drives. Yeah, eat your rations and wear your remlocks. Until next week, I say. Until next week. I will be in Myrtle Beach. DJ's going to be streaming it. I will still be here, just not the guy streaming it. There'll be more details on Twitter. Bye, everybody.
So you have to enable load 8.